Good afternoon. Well, actually, it's still morning. It's 11:37. So, good morning. Hopefully, everyone is having a great day. Thank you for joining Real Talk with Dr. Linda. Yes, my name is Dr. Linda Jordan, and so it's February. Hard to believe time has gone by so quickly. What I want to talk with you today is about what have you done for your business today? It is Tuesday. So, what have you done for your business today that will move you forward? Now, you're probably wondering, why am I saying that? Well, January is over. Your New Year's resolutions are probably in place. Your goals and objectives are probably in place, and you're working really hard on that, which is great. But what are you doing today to make change happen? Focusing on what you control is how you can help your business move forward. So, there's 5 things that I want to share with you today that will help you focus on your business, that will help you understand really what's within your control that will help you propel your business to that next level of where you want to be. So, number one, if you're an entrepreneur, even if you work in corporate America, you can still use these tips to help you propel in your organization. So, number one, how many appointments did you set? So, if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, solopreneur, or if you work in corporate America, how many appointments did you set today? Appointments could mean how many appointments, if you're in corporate, how many appointments have you set with your team to have one on one discussions today? How many times have you gone by your staff's office or cubicle and said, "Good morning, how are things going?" If you're an entrepreneur, how many times or how many appointments have you called today? How many sales calls have you made? Maybe that's a better term for those that are entrepreneurs. How many sales calls have you made today? If you haven't made any and it's almost noon, then you're behind the 8 ball. So focus on what you control and setting those appointments, stopping by to see your staff, stopping by to have a conversation, making those sales calls. That's number one of what you can control. Number two, how many offers did you make today? So, of those sales calls, if you're an entrepreneur, how many offers did you make today? So, you have to kind of figure out if you're going to make 20 calls and you're hoping that you'll get at least two. So, you have to make an offer for every time that you have a sales call because 80% of the people will probably say no. So, you got to make so many sales calls to get so many yeses of what you want. If you are in corporate America, you're probably going to probably not making offers today, but what you can do is how many times have you set an appointment with your team to maybe go out for lunch just to have a conversation? So think about it from that perspective. So it just doesn't have to be about being a business owner, but in leadership in general, how many times or how many offers have you made today? That's something that you can control. Number three, how many follow up calls did you make today? Now, I tell everyone, whether it's in business, as an entrepreneur, or business in corporate America, follow up, follow up, follow up is so very important. As an entrepreneur, I can tell you, I have probably, as you all know, I do multiple things. So I do leadership coaching and training, but I also do real estate investing. Now, in real estate, I have made or purchased more homes through follow up calls. So, follow up, follow up, follow up is so very important. Just because you call someone doesn't mean they're going to call you back. So, you need to follow with them to make sure that they're still interested. Just because you went by an employee's desk and said, "Good morning, how are you doing? Let me know how things are going." 2 weeks goes by and they, don't respond or don't say anything. You don't know how they're really doing. Go by every day and just to say, how are things going today? So follow up, follow up, follow up is so very important. So don't forget that. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Number four, how many of you, whether you're, as a business owner or in corporate, how many of you um, go out and connect with your network? Because your network is your net worth. So, how many of you reach out to those individuals when you go to different meetings or different events and people pass business cards? Or they, the new thing is to scan your business card on your cell phone. You get that information and you put it in your database, or maybe you don't, but you put that business card on your desk. How many of you follow up with that person that you exchanged information with? That's so very important. Those are missed opportunities. So make sure that you follow up with that person that you've made that connection with. Even on LinkedIn, if someone sends you a message about let's connect, respond, whether you want to connect or not, but at least respond. Maybe it's not the right connection. Just say, thank you for connecting. How can we work together? So you want to have that conversation. Just don't not respond at all. And if there is a connection, set up some time to maybe have a conversation. Now, I know we get a lot of those connections through LinkedIn, but you've just got to, go through them, determine what's going to be the best fit for you. So here again, follow up is so very important, particularly when it comes to networking with other individuals. So when you go to conferences, follow up with the people that you make a connection with. If you go to a real estate meeting, follow up with the people that you make a connection with. If you go to the bank, follow up with the people that you make a connection with. And excuse me, this is real time, so um, sometimes my phone does ring. So apologies for that. So the last item that I want to share with you is how many of you, if you're in the real estate business and you're a business owner, how many of you leave behind? And that could be if you're in corporate America. But how many of you leave a leave behind so that that person has an idea about what you do? So when I go to networking events, or tomorrow I'm going to a Chamber of Commerce women's luncheon. So I carry different business cards based upon what the meeting is about. So I have a leave behind. It may be a flyer, um, or it may be a brochure, or it may be about a course that I'm going to be teaching. So, how many of you have a leave behind that you can share? Because always, a business card is great, but sometimes it may not provide enough information for what that person needs. So, be creative, come up with maybe a leave behind that would actually work for you to share. And that allows that person to go to your website, gain more information about you, and maybe at some point they will actually call. So, and you're probably saying, well, they probably won't call, but yes, they will. I've had people that I did a leave behind with, or a brochure, or sent an email to say we connected, and just followed to see how things are going. Sometimes it takes, 6 months, sometimes it takes a year, and that's okay. But the point of the matter is that you left information and you shared information with them to let them know that they were important and you valued them, that connection that you made. So one day they may pick that up and say, hey, let me call this person to see if they're still doing that particular type of work. So I've been very fortunate to receive invitations to do coaching or training or speaking just based upon having a leave behind, or a marketing flyer or something of that nature, so that people can remember you. Business cards are great again, websites are great, but when people can pull something off their desk and look at it, have something tangible, that really makes a big difference. So I'll just review the 5 tips that will help you propel your business. And the topic is around, what did you do for your business today? Focus on what you can control. Number 1 is, how many appointments did you set? Number 2 is, how many offers did you make? Number 3 is follow up, follow up, follow up. How many follow up calls did you make today? Number 4 is, how many connections did you do today? And that's connecting or networking with people in your area that you communicate with, or different events. And number 5 is, how many pieces of marketing material did you share with someone? So hopefully those 5 tips are helpful for you. Hopefully those 5 tips will allow you to move the needle forward in your business. This is 2023. It's already close to quarter 1. And if you have not taken the time to focus on these 5 things, or maybe it's 5 other things for you, but at least focus on 5 things to move your business forward, then that's a missed opportunity. Goals and objectives are great. I love those. Having a vision board is fantastic, but you have to take action to get those things done. So if you're not setting appointments, or if you're not making offers, if you're not sharing information, if you're not following up with people that you made a connection with, then that's a missed opportunity for you in your business. So with that, have a fantastic rest of the day. I will see you again. So thanks for joining Dr. Linda with Real Talk. Have a fantastic day.